What's up, everybody? It's the Alex Leak and Friends NFL podcast, back for another week. I am your host, Alex Leak, and we have a special guest on the show this week, former Texas Longhorn and 12-year NFL starting corner for the San Diego Chargers and Denver Broncos, corner Quentin Jammer. Thanks so much for coming on the show, Quentin.
Yeah, thank you for having me on.
Yeah, it's great to have you. Big fan of your career. Let's get started at the beginning. You attended Angleton High School in Texas. Now, what were those days like? Was that a good time at Angleton? A lot of competition back in those days?
Back in those days, we were in a very competitive district. We were a small town right outside of Houston, but we were actually in a Fort Bend, which is a Houston area district, with likes of Willow Ridge, one of the schools that we played, Fort Bend, Elkins, and Pearland, which is now Texas football powerhouse. So but back then they were all pretty good teams, not as good as they are now. Willow Ridge just kind of fell off. But it was fun. It was Texas football, and in Texas, football is king. So it was always a great time to play under the lights on Friday night.
Yeah, I can't imagine. That had to be a great time, and you were great. I mean, you're going to Texas and being an all-time great corner. I mean, that had to be a big part in developing these high schools in Texas into what they are now and bringing your name to them. Now, you were a two-time all-district safety. You played safety, corner, linebacker, wide receiver, and quarterback as a senior. You also earned 3 letters in track and field. Now,
Bring back some good memories, man.
so you're playing on both sides.
Like I said,
Sorry about that.
Small town. That's a small town. We competed in the biggest division in Texas. We competed in 5A, and we were a small school. Like my graduating class was less than 300 people, but we were competing against schools with 2,000 to 3,000 students.
Wow.
And beating these guys. So we didn't have a whole lot of guys on our team. So some guys had to play Iron Man football. We had to go both ways. We had to play positions that we weren't used to, depending on the opponent. So like whether I moved down to linebacker, play some linebacker, move to safety because I didn't need to get in the middle of the field or to cover a good tight end, or move the corner because they had do it all. The funny thing is like when my brother came through, he did the exact same thing. Wherever they needed him, he played.
That's awesome.
That's where I learned to just be a football player and not really put myself in a category. I'm not a corner. I'm not a safety. I'm just a football player. I go out and I play football. Whatever needs to be done, I do it.
Yeah, and you can tell that with the toughness you bring to the game, you could, easily, I could see that in high school, drop down, or maybe that helped develop your toughness to play any position like that. What was it like to play some offense? Did you always prefer the defensive side of the ball, or did you ever consider playing some offense?
No, I like the act of hitting people and not being hit.
Yeah.
I always preferred defense. I knew, going into it that, if I ever made it to college, I wouldn't be an offensive player.
Okay.
I always kind of knew that I'd be a safety.
Nice. And then you, in 1997, you would be selected to the Texas State All-Star Football Team, joining future Charger teammates LaDainian Tomlinson and Drew Brees. That had to be pretty cool. going against those talented guys back then?
They were actually on my team. I didn't get to go against them.
Oh,
We were
dang.
teammates. Yeah. So we were on the South team. So we had a North and a South team, and the South team, which consisted of a lot of Houston area, Austin area guys, was stacked. Like we literally was stacked, and it showed because we had guys like Leonard Davis, who was the #2 pick in the 2001 draft, I think.
Mm-hmm.
On our team, we had a guy named Rocky Bernard, who was a second-round draft pick. LaDainian was the fifth pick. Myself, I was the fifth pick. Drew Brees is another Hall of Famer, along with LT that played in that game. So, our team was actually super stacked, and to be drafted by the same team, a year after those guys were drafted, and the only reason I was drafted a year after was because I had the red shirt in college my junior year. I tore up. I had a complete shoulder reconstruction.
Damn.
My junior year, so I redshirted, came back, played 2 more years, and so those guys were a year ahead of me once I redshirted. So it all worked out because if I didn't get hurt, then I couldn't have been drafted #5 to San Diego, because LT would have been drafted #5 to San Diego if I came up.
Yeah.
But, it all worked out, and it was awesome. It was amazing. Still to this day, still friends with LT. I still talk to Drew when I see him, and I sent them a picture of the program. When you walk into the All-Star game, they give you the program, and I still have it. So I sent them a picture of all the players on our team. We had a stacked team.
Wow, that's crazy. Now, speaking of your going to college, what was your recruitment like? What led you to choosing the University of Texas? I mean, growing up around Texas, was that an easy decision? And another question on that, was Texas known as DBU at that time, and did that play a part in you going there?
No, it didn't. Like, a lot of people don't know this, but if I had my choice, I probably would have been at Miami with the likes of Ed Reed and those guys.
Yeah.
Who I think the year that I came out, they had everybody in their secondary got drafted in the first round. I think they had their 4 starters all got drafted in the first round that year. So,
wow.
I think I probably would have been there, but the thing was, we grew up very, very unfortunate. So, we didn't have a whole lot of money, and I wanted my mom to be able to come see me play.
Yeah.
And all of my family, everybody in my family was like die-hard Texas fans. And so, I was going to go to Miami because of, everybody knows about the Miami, tradition of crazy guys and parties and everything. I'm from this small town, and, I want to be a part of that. So, but, in the end, the best decision for me was to go to Texas because, my family could come and see me play. And, that first year at Texas didn't go the way I wanted it to. But then Mac Brown got there at my sophomore year, and everything changed.
Yeah, I think it could have, probably worked out for the best. You're getting to play for Mac Brown. You're getting to go against guys like running back Ricky Williams, tackle him and, go up against him in practice, then go against guys like Roy Williams, the wide receiver. I think going against guys like that developed and made you, so much better and made you the NFL player that you were.
Yeah, the thing was, like, there was no going up against Ricky Williams because, like, he was untouchable. Like,
yeah, that's true.
But definitely, like, Roy was, coming in as a freshman. This guy was an unbelievable athlete. He won at the
Mm-hmm.
the most athletic guys, in the country. Roy Williams came out. He set the national high school record in the long jump. He won, and this is at the state track meet. He won the
Wow.
high jump. Um, he won the 100 meters, and this guy's coming in like 100 state 100 meters, won the high jump, set a national record in long jumping. He's coming to Texas, so we had great battles. I made him better. He made me better. It was amazing to get to go against him. But I think the one thing that that really that caught my eye about Texas was Brian Westbrook, who was I think he was from San Diego or Oceanside. He was from somewhere out here in California.
Mm.
He was a football player. Like, there was no cornerback about him. He could cover. He knocked your shot off, and I admired that about him. And he played at Texas, so once I saw him play, like, it solidified my decision, and solidified the fact that I did make the right decision by going to Texas.
Nice. That's awesome. And yeah, at Texas, you absolutely balled out. There's a reason that you're held in such regard by the Longhorns. I mean, just as a freshman, you'd play in all 11 games. You would, as a sophomore, you'd play in all 12 games, including the Cotton Bowl. You would consistently receive the Texas Outstanding Defensive Back Award. Then you talked about your junior year in 1999, blowing out your shoulder. That had to be a big setback, but you came back strong as ever, stronger than ever. Your redshirt junior year, start all 12 games, Outstanding Defensive Back Award. And then as a senior, unbelievable year. You took home the Texas MVP, team MVP, another Outstanding Defensive Backs Award. And you would be named Defensive Player of the Year finalist, Big 12 Conference Most Feared Cover Man by Sporting News. Unbelievable stuff. And you would also be the first ever Texas Longhorn Jim Thorpe Award finalist. Incredible stuff there at Texas.
Yeah, like I figured I'd put in the work, and I really excelled in man coverage, which was, everything. Like, that's all we played was man coverage. Like, there was no, we literally played 90% man coverage, and the rest was zone. So I was always manned up against teams, my best wide receiver, and my goal was to take him out of the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun to have a challenge to be matched up on the team's best wide receiver. You go out, you shut him down, and one of the lessons that I learned from one of my favorite coaches, who coaches at Stanford now, his name's Dwayne Aquino, was, some people, you're gonna give up some catches, like you can't intercept or defend everything.
Mm-hmm.
So you just gotta live to play another down, and the real good guys, they forget about the last play, and that was something that I took into the NFL. Like, these guys get paid to beat you.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna give up some catches. Just make sure you don't give up the big ones.
Absolutely.
And I think that's why I excelled in college, and first year in the NFL was rough because I had a lot of penalties. I was adjusting to a new rule,
Mm-hmm.
and then second year on, I began to come into my own.
Yeah, I mean, going back to your senior year, only allowing one pass touchdown in 28 career starts as corner at Texas. Unbelievable.
And that wasn't even my fault. So let's get the story out there.
Yeah.
Like, it was a stack formation, and me and the other corner had an in and out, which means like when they come off the line of scrimmage, you're on the outside, so you're gonna take the outside route. I'm on the inside, so I'm going to take the inside route, and we'll just play it out like that. Well, the guy on the inside ran out, the guy on the outside ran in,
Oh, man.
and the corner on the outside took the inside guy, and then I was on the inside guy also, because it was in and out, and I was playing the left corner, and I came across, so I'm now playing kind of like the slot corner position. So I'm inside, he's outside, and they ran the switch route, which means the outside guy runs inside, inside guy runs outside, and they basically the inside guy ran a wheel route, which is like an out and up, which the other corner was supposed to have. Well, he took the guy that was coming to me, and I took the guy that was coming to me, and then all of a sudden there's a guy running down the sideline wide ass open.
Yeah.
So I bust my ass to try to get to him. Ball was in the air, and I still almost made the play, but he caught the ball in the end zone. And that was the touchdown that I gave up. Because I'm in the vicinity, it's counted on me. But was not taken into consideration is the fact that, that it was a blown coverage.
Yeah, they got to take that into consideration. That wasn't your guy.
Exactly.
That's cool. Yeah, I mean, definition of a lockdown corner, and that's what I like the most about your game. My favorite spot to watch on the field in games is the number one wide receiver against a shutdown corner, and just watch them battle it out, and the best man wins. And like you said, the rule changes in the NFL especially have made it so much more difficult for these guys now. It's hard to watch sometimes.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to watch, especially with the whole replay of pass interference or potential pass interference.
Yeah,
like,
it's ridiculous.
Called or not, like it's ridiculous. So that slows the game down a lot. I think it's just I understand why it was implemented because the Saints game last year where the Rams player hit the Saints player before the ball was even there. So I understand why it's there, and I just wish teams would would challenge like oblivious. Not oblivious, but
like obvious.
Obvious.
Yeah.
Obvious pass interference call.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that the NFL is trying to take care of, but I think it has to be obvious before you challenge it. I wish that they would just specify. If it's obvious, then you have a challenge. If it's not, and it's just a call, then just get over it.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I hope they change it. I think it's going to be like a 1-year thing, and they'll make some adjustments, hopefully for the better. So going from Texas, I mean, you went up against some great, weapons, some great receivers that you had to defend there in the Big 12 while at Texas. What was the transition like from leaving Texas and knowing your everyday type schedule and get into a routine and then heading into the NFL draft combine and that whole experience? What was that like for you?
The whole experience was really fun. I know a lot of guys talk about it, being kind of a meat market type deal, and you get weird questions and by teams, but it was a fun process, and I think today's generation, they don't, I don't know, they don't get it. Like older guys just get it. We knew that people were gonna ask crazy questions, and we're not gonna go to the media with it. These guys going to the media with questions that are being asked behind closed doors, and that's just not. The NFL is a fraternity. The hazing that goes on in the NFL is not anything like a fraternity hazing. Like the worst thing that we have to do is, the worst thing I had to do was stand in front of the team and sing my alma mater, and I had to, I could afford it, but I had to pay for, all the veterans
Damn.
at the same time, being the fifth pick, like you can afford $17 grand because it's a team dinner, it's a business write-off. You can write that shit off.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that about the combine experience that I enjoyed was going into the rooms and being able to to show teams my personality and to be able to talk to the teams and to answer silly questions. Because I knew what it. I knew exactly what it was going to be. You get to go to the doctor and get a free exam, make sure you're doing okay. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
you don't have any crazy health issues. And it was a really good experience to know that these teams are really doing their research and really trying to figure out how you're gonna fit their team. I think my favorite moment in the process was literally sitting in the film room and going over film and going over coverages with Marty Schottenheimer. He came to visit the school, and that was my only interaction with the San Diego Chargers. Was Marty Schottenheimer came to the school during the draft process. We sat down. We watched just me and him one-on-one. We watched some film on myself and went through the different coverages that we were in, what I was thinking in this coverage, why did I do certain things in this coverage,
yes.
And that was just an amazing experience to me. I know a lot of guys have different experiences and different things that stand out, but Marty was like a tough guy,
mm-hmm.
and I appreciated that he was a coach that you run through a wall for, and I didn't know that at the time, but you could he was so intense and so trying to teach you better positions and what you're supposed to be doing on certain routes and how to read certain routes and like certain route combinations that you was gonna get out of certain formations. He was so intent on that, in that 2-3 hour meeting I had with him, and it stuck with me.
That's awesome.
That was my of the entire process. That was my favorite part of the entire process.
That's so cool. Yeah, it's got to be great to sit down and just talk football with a mind like that, and that's very cool. And that's then you would end up getting picked by him too. You go 5th overall, drafted by the San Diego Chargers and Coach Marty Schottenheimer.
Which was surprising.
Yeah.
Because I was so San Diego had the 5th pick, Dallas had the 6th pick, and I was like in my mind, I'm like San Diego. When I came to the combine, I had no meetings with San Diego,
mm-hmm.
no contact with San Diego. Dallas, flew out they drove down from Dallas to Austin, brought a couple wide receivers and, the backup quarterback to run routes, throw with me and, put me through a private workout.
Mm-hmm.
And basically said, hey, dude, we're going to draft you. So I knew that I knew I was going to the Dallas Cowboys because, nobody, it was either Detroit Lions at 3 or Cowboys at 6. I had no clue about San Diego at 5 that they even wanted.
That's crazy.
So it was just out of the blue.
Yeah. And then I saw a little thing from an interview you did where you got a call at like the number 3 pick when the Lions were on the clock, was it?
Yeah, the Lions were on the clock. I got a call at 3, and obviously it's a blessing to be drafted anywhere in the first round, or just to be drafted. Just to have an opportunity to go live out a childhood dream and be drafted was crazy. But yeah, I got a call at 3, and like in my mind, I didn't expect to go number 3. I was like, shit, I want to go to Dallas because it's close to home. My family could drive up to see me play at home. Like, I don't want this. I
Mm-hmm.
want to go to Detroit. I want to go to Dallas. I want to go to Dallas. And so it ended up just being somebody testing the phone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, it was crazy. It was one of my happiest and scariest moments at the very same time.
Yeah, I believe it. um, yeah, I mean, I think the Lions would have been better off taking you too because the Joey Harrington pick didn't really work out.
It didn't work out, but the funny thing about that is it probably played out just how it should have played out.
Hmm.
That's the way it was supposed to go. Um, the, I think the Lions were looking for somebody to turn um, their organization around, and I just don't think you could, a cornerback just does not, cannot change your organization if you don't have, somebody that, that the team can be built around. And, teams are always built around quarterbacks. So,
Hmm.
Joey Harrington, was the guy they thought that they could build their team around. And obviously he was not. So he was like, well, we should have drafted Jammer. But, at the same time, like, maybe that would have been a great, a great fit at corner and, got you guys Pro Bowls and all this other shit. But, without a quarterback, like, it doesn't go. And regardless
Absolutely.
of how many, Pro Bowls or all pros, a defensive player make, without somebody that can, that can get the ball to the receivers and get guys in the right place to make plays, it's not gonna go.
Yeah.
Even now they have a great quarterback, but they have a hard time protecting it. And I think, and like I told my brother, even before he was traded, from Detroit, I said, bro, I was like, y'all have a hell of a team. If y'all can protect Matt Stafford, y'all definitely make the playoffs. Y'all be a good football team. But it's been a challenge to get him protected, man.
Yeah.
Right? And he's without proper protection, the quarterback position is. I mean, it's irrelevant if you can't protect him. If he doesn't have time to get the ball off him, and I think that was the issue. So instead of Joey Harrington or myself, that year, they probably should have drafted like a great offensive lineman.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but that's the direction they went. You end up with the Chargers, which you come in and there's veteran leadership right off the bat. It had to be cool being on the same defense with veterans like Junior Seau, rest in peace, or safety Rodney Harrison in your defensive backs room.
And coming into it, I was a super fan of both of those guys. Like I had Junior Seau signature shoes.
Damn.
Rodney Harrison was a monster, at the safety position. And I always thought my natural position was safety. Like, I played corner because I was athletic and I was pretty smart. So I played corner, because they asked me to. But I think if I come in and play safety, they already had Rodney. But if I would have been drafted at 5 as a cornerback and then played a couple years at corner and then moved to safety, I think I probably could have had a Hall of Fame career because I think that's just not my natural position that I went to, that I started my college career off as, and I excelled at it. I just thought that was my natural position, and I thought playing at corner, I played out of position. I was still I was a good player at corner, but I thought I would have been an elite safety.
Which makes it even crazier that you had the type of career you had, the hell of a career that you had, in a position that wasn't your natural position, the position you felt most comfortable at. That's crazy.
Yeah,
That speaks
yeah.
to the
And,
type of
like
athlete you were.
yeah, yeah. Like I said, like when we started this off, I was like, I'm a football player. Like I'll play. I could play and excel wherever you put me at. Like wherever you put me, wherever you need me, I will get the job done. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Like it's not like I'm not gonna be. I'm not gonna suck at the position where
Yeah.
you put me. I'm gonna always be good to great to elite at it.
Yeah, and that's got to be a head coach and a team's best friend is a player that is willing to do that, willing to do anything to
Yeah.
win. Um, and I always say, availability is your best ability, and starting in your
I
second.
say the same thing. That's crazy. I always say that. Like every time I see like one of these guys, that are great players out, and one of the examples that I have, and nothing against him,
Uh-huh.
and but he's just he's always hurt. It's the corner's name played in San Diego for TCU was now he's with
Verrett?
San Francisco. Yeah, Jason Verrett.
Yeah.
If Jason Verrett could stay healthy, he'd be the highest paid corner in the league because he has that ability.
Mm-hmm.
But he can't stay healthy, and he's a shutdown, like a true like old school throwback shutdown corner. But he can't stay on the field, and the best ability is availability.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't be available to be that player, then then what are you?
Yeah.
You're a good player who can't be on the field.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you said that because like literally every time I see a guy get hurt, like I always think about my career, and I'm like, well, I was like I think the best ability that I had was that I was always available.
Yeah.
Like there were no games where I was gonna miss. And even if I did miss a game, like I was gonna work my ass off to get back for the next. Like I'm not missing 2 games in a row. Like I may miss 1, and I think I ended up only missing maybe 5 games in my career.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, from 2003 and 4 straight seasons, you would not miss a start at the cornerback position. And also consistency. You would record no less than 60 tackles each year, and double-digit passes defense each year, almost 20 a couple of those years too. I mean, just reliable.
Yeah, and I think that's what in order to have a long professional career, I think you have to be reliable.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have to be a guy that the team can count on. And if you're hurt and you're always hurt, the team can't really count on you. So you're not very reliable, and I think that goes along with availability. Is reliability.
Absolutely.
Team needs to be able to rely on you to go out and do your job and what they're paying you to do. And I see a lot of if I mean obviously we all as NFL players who spent your entire life playing football, you have some injuries, and you have some stuff that goes on after retirement that that are serious enough to warrant you needing some medical attention. But if I had to do it all over again, I couldn't do it all over again, man. It's I've had some of the greatest moments of my life on the football field.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been I was blessed enough to play a long time in the game, in the NFL, and I get a chance to my kids get to, like, I have 13, 11, 10-year-olds. I have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, and they're all going to be able to look back, because of the internet, and they get to know that their dad was, one day, he did something great. He played in the NFL, and there's not a whole lot of people who get to say, hey, I played 12 years in the league.
Yeah.
My dad played, 12 years in the NFL. So,
yeah.
Yeah,
it's
we deal with the aftermath of it. We deal with the aftermath of it. Aftermath of it. But at the same time, wouldn't change anything.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, like after the 2003 season, after the AFC Championship game, your numbers stayed the same. You stayed reliable, but you had to deal with like rule changes and the adjustment of calling the illegal contact downfield a lot tighter after the Bill Polian and the Colts issues with that against the Patriots. But you kept it up. What was it like trying? That year, 2004, did you notice a big difference, or was it difficult that year?
No, I mean, like in 2004, the thing was like I literally shut down the best wide receivers in the game in 2004. I mean, I was playing against Marvin Harrison. I played against, Terrell Owens. I was playing against the best of the best. I played against Chad. I was playing against the best wide receivers, and they were being, held to their lowest output of the season.
That's awesome.
Nobody ever talked about that,
Yeah.
Did I have some pass interferences? Yeah, I did. But you know what? My man wasn't like the guy I was playing didn't get catches. And I was holding, the NFL's, leading receivers to 3 catches and 20 yards and shit like that. So it wasn't like, and the thing was like I wasn't following guys at that point. So they'd go to the other side and get a couple catches or whatever. But on me, like I was holding these guys at the Pro Football Focus was available back then I would have been the best corner in the league that year.
Yeah. Yeah. They should. I mean, I know it's weird that you didn't get the recognition like that, but I mean, it's true. You were shutting down the best of the best, week in and week out.
Good. Like I don't ever look at you can talk to anybody that I play with. Like that, the only thing that mattered to me was that I would go out and do my job and we would get wins. I just wanted to win a Super Bowl, which is why I ended my career in Denver. I wanted to win a Super Bowl, man. So, and the only reason, like I didn't care about anything but doing my job and doing my job to the best of my ability, in order for us to win games. Like the accolades and but I like to have been Pro Bowls and
should have been,
of course.
Yeah.
But, at the end of the day, shit didn't really matter to me. I just wanted to go out and make my team proud.
Speaking of how you feel on something, the 2004 NFL draft when Eli Manning goes number 1 and says he doesn't want to play for the Chargers, did that have you or the locker room feeling some type of way and wanting to go against Eli?
Yeah, like I honestly at the time,
I wouldn't blame you.
I'll be frank. I was like, fuck Eli. Yeah, because he just kind of shunned us, like for whatever reason. Like we don't know the reason. That he didn't want to be in San Diego. He was the coach, the GM, or I don't know why he would want to come to San Diego. San Diego is an amazing place. We don't have a New York market, as far as getting deals done, marketing deals done. But San Diego's beautiful, beautiful place. So,
yeah,
I don't know what his deal was, but at the time, like, yeah, like Eli Manning.
Yeah.
Like, Like he thinks he's above the league, and like because the, I grew up like in respecting everything, like every opportunity
Yeah.
that you get to do something,
Yep.
like to live out a childhood dream is a win. So like regardless of where I was drafted, I was gonna make the best of it,
Mm-hmm.
because I get to live out a childhood dream. When you get guys who are, dad played in the NFL, and
Brother.
and
Yeah, all that.
brother played in the NFL.
Yeah.
Got this big time family connection going on, and he's trying to do, what he wants to do and dictate the way things go. When your whole mindset is it's a privilege,
Mm-hmm.
it's a privilege to even be considered, being drafted number one overall, right? So, like, take the opportunity and make the best of it. And here you go, saying,
Try it.
like, what you guys think? Like, I'm gonna do what I want to
do. Yeah. Yep.
Um,
It's not like the Chargers weren't loaded with talent either. You talking LT and all these guys,
exactly, but it worked out.
Yeah.
We
Yep.
got Phillip.
Yeah.
One of my favorite people.
Yeah.
Favorite people in the world. It all worked out. Like we got Sean Merriman, out of that, which is, another one of my favorite people. He's just a great guy. He was a great talent when he was on the field, before injuries kind of derailed his career. And, we got Nate Caden, who's a great guy. Like we got really good, players who had a part in, all of the playoff, appearances we made. They played big roles in that.
Absolutely. Yeah, and speaking of Phillip Rivers, I mean, he ends up being your quarterback after that trade, and Drew Brees gets shipped out to the Saints. And I'm sure you guys saw Phillip Rivers' toughness and rallied behind him way before this, but I'm a Bears fan, right? And in the NFC Championship game, we had to deal with Jay Cutler not being able to finish a game with his knee injury. Whether that's right or wrong, or I can't say, but Phillip Rivers to play through a torn ACL in the AFC Championship game, that had to just have you guys like in love with the guy.
Yeah, but we already knew the type of guy he was.
Yeah.
Yeah. We knew that Phillip was a tough guy, and if he could be available, he was gonna be available. And it was playing in the AFC Championship. Football is a very fickle sport, right? So you may go to the playoffs and never get to the playoffs again.
Yep.
You may go to an AFC Championship game, have a chance to go to the Super Bowl, and never get there again. And we never, like with that San Diego Chargers team, we never did. So we kind of knew that if he could be available, he was gonna be available, because he may not ever get that opportunity again to be in the AFC Championship game against an undefeated team.
Yeah.
They were undefeated that year, and we were trying to end that streak. They beat us early in the year, and they blew us out. And I think, I'm biased because I was a Charger.
Yeah.
And we only lost by 12 points with him on the torn ACL. But if we had him fully healthy, we had a fully healthy Gates, and we had a fully healthy LT, we win that game.
Yeah.
I have no doubt in my mind that we are in the Super Bowl without those injuries. And injuries have been, the Chargers' entire story.
Yeah.
The reason they suck now is because of injuries. Then you see they get Melvin Ingram back, and they starting to, they win a football game.
They take it to Aaron Rodgers. Yeah.
And they beat a very good Green Bay football team.
Yeah.
When they start to get some of their guys back. So, that year was, it was bittersweet, because I knew, like, in my mind, we have a healthy Phillip, we have a healthy Gates, we have a healthy LT. We definitely win that football game. We go to the Super Bowl, and we get to play against Eli and him shunning us, and it's a completely different. It's a whole other story, right?
Yeah. Man, I would have liked to seen that Super Bowl. Chargers, Giants, Rivers versus Eli. That would have been crazy. Yeah, then you go 2008 to 2012 and only miss one start. Continue to pile up the stats. Then, all right, so in 2012, you return your first interception for a touchdown off of the great Peyton Manning. What was that your favorite interception, or do you have a favorite interception? That was pretty impressive.
That was a good one just because, but that one wasn't my favorite because like I knew the check that he was trying to make.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he called it. He said, you know, I had played Peyton a lot.
Yeah.
So a lot of the things that he called, I knew in my head.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remembered. So I knew that that when he called a certain call, I knew what the route was going to be, and I trusted my instinct and I jumped it, and it worked out.
That's awesome.
So that wasn't my favorite interception. My favorite interception was in cover 2 in the AFC Championship game against Tom Brady.
Oh, there you go.
We were in cover 2, and he tried to throw a little fade down the sideline, and like I just jumped and I grabbed it, you know, which is probably my favorite interception, and maybe the close 1-1. That was 1-1A would be my last game as a Charger.
Yeah.
Raiders, like a one-handed pick, like right in the end zone.
Damn.
Yeah, last game. So it's something, and it was my last game as a Charger. So it's always gonna remain one of my favorite memories, you know, as a Charger, because it was again my last pick as a Charger. It happened in like the third quarter. It was a one-handed pick. So it was,
it's a way to leave a memory right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cool. I mean, hell of a career. Looking back on it, 12-year NFL pro, played in 183 career games, recorded over 730 tackles, 21 picks, 140 passes defensed. You were a quarterback nightmare, Quentin. Looking back on your career, what do you remember most, and what do you want people to remember about your career?
You know that I want people to remember that like I came to battle. I came to play.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like regardless of what I was dealing with, you know, I was always, you know, in 2011 I was dealing with a divorce. A very, you know, like devastating divorce, and so, you know, there's a lot that I won't talk about. That made that year so devastating. But I still played. I played in every game.
Yeah.
I you know, I came to do what I knew how to do, and that's, you know, play football. Now I didn't have the best year that year.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I was available, and I was gonna go out and be the best, you know, best corner that I could be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you know, I hope people remember me for just being a football player.
Yeah.
Just being a football player, just coming out and doing my job and making sure I did it at the highest level possible.
Yep, and you absolutely did it. Now I'll wrap this up here. So you're the older brother of Quandre Diggs. How cool is that to kind of live through your younger brother and him still doing it in this league?
Yeah, it's cool in the sense that, you know, like everything, you know, that made him, you know, him can be traced back to me. Not really accredited to me, but just traced back to me. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I tried to, you know, growing up, you know, it's like the best thing about where I grew up was the individuals in my neighborhood, you know, and what they meant to my success and my brother's success.
Yeah.
I'm like
Mm-hmm.
because of what we taught him growing up, like how to be a football player, how to read coverage, how to like what you should actually be doing in certain coverages. So, because we didn't know where he was going to play, he ended up playing quarterback, and so he ended up having to learn how to read coverages.
Mm-hmm.
And on the opposite side of it, you end up knowing, how to play coverage, how to
Yeah.
trick quarterbacks, and so it's really been exciting to see that all the work that that guys in the neighborhood put in it come to fruition,
Mm-hmm.
and make him the player that he is. And my brother, he was a 6th-round draft pick, so he had to work. He had to work, that much harder.
Yeah.
To play and stay,
And the fact that he's a starting and all that now is that's crazy.
And is an amazing player. And,
yeah.
The thing is we'll never know, what happened with the trade. That's GM and that's head coach, and we don't know exactly what they're thinking.
Yeah.
But what we started with like me being like football player. My brother's a football player, so if he's hurt, he's gonna play football.
Yeah.
Because he wants to be there for his teammates, and he wants to do whatever's necessary for them to win football games, even if it hurts him. And then he goes to, he plays in a football game, goes to get traded to Seattle and has, blood drained off his hamstring, so he wasn't very healthy. And you have, guys talking about, I see all the shit that people say, and they would talk about, him, missing tackles and this and that, and like my brother was playing hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He wasn't at 100%. He was probably playing at 40%. But he was there for the team. He was there for the he was there for the organization. He was there for the fans. To make sure that they were in a position to win. And then and then to see people talking about what he wasn't. Okay, it'll cool off. What he wasn't, and and what and whatnot. That's it was hard to see, and I didn't want him to have to deal with it or think about it. But that's football.
Yeah.
That's a part of it. People gonna have people gonna have shit to say before they know exactly what's happening.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Or what's going on, and and I knew that it would all come out, and that people would see that, hey, this dude had blood drain from his hamstring. Like, that's not normal, and he's still trying to play, put on for the team that gave him his opportunity, and he went out and he played. He played. I mean, I thought he played well, and I watched it from a very critical eye. So
yeah. No, I mean.
So, I'm the most critical of myself.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. In my opinion, I think 2 years in a row the Lions traded away one of their better players at the right around the deadline. Gave away Golden Tate last year. Now shipping out Quandre Diggs, I think it's counterproductive for the Lions if they're trying to make the playoffs. So, and I think Quandre Diggs landed in a great spot in Seattle. That's a good team, great team, great coaching, and a young defense that he can add a lot to. And I'm excited to see how he does there in Seattle.
I'm excited to see it too, but at the same time, it's like, again, bittersweet, because I know how much he loved, Darius Slay. And,
yeah, I know.
How much he, and he loved, loved being in that in the locker room. And,
mm-hmm.
I know I talk to him every day, and I know how much he loved being in the defensive back meeting room. Tracy Walker,
yeah,
he absolutely adores also, and Jamal Agnew,
yeah,
his guy, and so it's crazy, maintain a friendship with,
Mm-hmm.
for a lifetime.
Yeah.
But at the same time, obviously he's away from a team that maybe didn't want him. We don't know what was going on, but in my mind, like if a team wants you, they keep you. They don't trade you.
Absolutely.
Especially not for I think what they got a 5th round pick.
Yeah. Not enough.
For a 5th round pick, they make it a little bit more, exclusive for a team to come out and get you if they really like you. So
yeah.
He's in a situation with the team that actually wants him because the like I said he got to Detroit. They drained blood off of his hamstring. So obviously Detroit didn't disclose how serious of an injury it was.
Yeah.
Instead of them sending him back to Detroit, basically said, hey, we want you back, buddy. We're gonna get you healthy and you're gonna be a player for us. So that in itself is big because you want to be with an organization that shows you that they want you and you're willing to do just a little bit more or maybe a lot more for an organization that actually really really wants you and shows you that they want you.
Yep. It's a two-way street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I think he's in a better spot. And hey, now that he's in Seattle, maybe he'll play some meaningful games in January and get some big opportunities.
Let's hope, man. I know though, like he loved the city of Detroit. The one thing that he most loved about Detroit was the fans, because the tried and true fan.
Yeah.
And they're tried.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really, they really rallied behind him and enjoyed him and took him on and loved him. So
yeah.
My brothers. I know a lot of people speculate on what happened. Brother's not a disrespectful guy. Would never disrespect an organization, talk bad to anybody or any coaches. It is what it is. He was really, really, sad about leaving.
Yeah.
And
he's handled it professionally.
It caught everybody by surprise.
Yeah, I know.
But at the same time, that's the business. We know it's a business. He grew up knowing it's a business, because he grew up my younger brother, and my first experience in the NFL was a holdout, and so you learn early that everything is a business, and you are a commodity, bro, and you gotta take it as that. And I know my brother's friends with Jamal Adams, who just recently learned that it's a business, and if I could have talked to him even before that, go through some of that bullshit that he went through, have to explain himself that, to the media about, about him, feeling a certain type of way about trade. About being on the trade block.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. It's business, and it's easy to take it personally when it's your career on the line. But, I mean, I just want to reiterate, like, I grew up a Bears fan. I've been a Bears fan forever, but you and your brother are two of my favorite players that I've watched play the game. You guys play the game right. You are professional, and you bring your game every time you're on the field, and I very much respect that. So, best of luck to you and Quandre going forward, and thanks so much for taking time to be on the show, Quentin. It was, it went a little bit longer than I anticipated, but it was a great interview.
No problem.
I didn't mean to take all your time, but
it's fine. Like, it's just two kids, wife at work, she'll be home. So
no, it was awesome. It was an honor for me to be able to talk some football with you because I know the way you played the game and what you brought to it. So.
Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, man. Have a good one, and thanks again. I'll see you.
No problem. You're welcome. See you.
Yeah, see you, dude. All right, guys. That'll do it for this interview, this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. A great interview with Quentin Jammer. And hope you guys follow the podcast, subscribe. Don't forget to like, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think of the interview and all my episodes coming up. Thanks again, and have a great week, guys. Peace out.